All right, good afternoon. This is Tyler Stampit with the National Weather Service in New Orleans, giving you the weekly weather briefing for February 13th, 2025. Situation overview, we have a pretty active pattern ahead with kind of a roller coaster of temperatures and frequent frontal passages. The main story will be kind of the main impacts that we have for this upcoming week, this weekend. With sea fog on Saturday morning, could move into some coastal areas, producing patchy dense fog in some areas. With that next frontal system, we do also expect there to be an increase in winds during the daytime with gusts upwards of 30 to 40 miles per hour, which will be ahead of that severe weather that we expect on Saturday evening into the overnight hours. Highest risk will be focused on the northern areas along and north of the I-10-12 corridor. After that frontal system, we do expect seasonal weather to be kicking off next week, but another frontal system will be on the horizon by midweek. That right now is a little less clear with regards to whether we have any severe weather threat with that at this time. So taking a look at Saturday night, that's when our highest severe weather threat is. The threat increases after 6 p.m. on Saturday, with the highest threat being between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. That threat will then end by around 9 a.m. on Sunday. The coverage will be more isolated along the coast, but more scattered in nature for those severe storms as we get further closer to that southwest Mississippi and more central Mississippi areas to our north. The risk levels by hazard are going to be mainly focused on damaging winds and a couple tornadoes. That is the main area along and north of the I-10-12 corridor that we're really looking at. Hail risk is much lower with these storms, but we do have the potential for some training storms that could cause some isolated flash flooding overnight in some of these more poor drainage and urban areas along the I-10-12 corridor. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Pertaining to other flooding, with regards to the stuff that just happened over this morning, with a lot of rainfall, especially across central Mississippi, we do have minor river flooding in the forecast for the Pearl River starting on Sunday morning, and that will continue through most of next week. We do have the potential to see additional rainfall this weekend, which could result in changes to this forecast. Looking at the overview of the temperature forecast and rainfall forecast ahead, we do have a kind of a roller coaster of temperatures. We expect the seasonable temperatures that we got today after the fronts to not be very long-lived. We're going to see a pretty rapid increase in temperatures ahead of that front on Saturday, back into the 80s. And then with that frontal passage after on Saturday night, we'll see another big crash in temperatures, with actually some areas being in the 30s, especially along and north of the lake. And some areas of southwest Mississippi also could be touching freezing on Monday morning. After that, we'll then see kind of a gradual increase ahead of that next system that's expected to come in around Tuesday night-ish, that time frame right now. But again, the clarity with regards to the severe weather threat with that system is not very clear at this time, but we'll be keeping an eye and providing further updates as we get more clarity on that situation. So just to give an overview, we have an active weather pattern ahead with severe weather risks and more impacts on Saturday especially, but then we'll be keeping an eye on that next frontal system as we move into midweek next week, and get more focus on what that system will bring in terms of impacts. With that, I'll take any questions you may have.